Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, James the Squirrel, and I am here with Nicky V.
I apologize in advance if my voice sounds like absolute garbage. Like my normal microphone has completely fucking died, and I'm using my phone to call him.
Yes,
So
we are using Skype, and he's using the Skype app on his phone.
yes.
Now,
So
before we start, there
yeah.
is one very important thing I have to state. Between the last
Oh,
episode and this one, Kenny Senpai noticed me!
oh my God. Weeb alert, weeb alert. Wee 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 wee.
Oh,
Desu 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 desu.
oh, quite. You'd be the same way if he noticed you on Twitter. I
I'm
am.
not adding him though.
I added a lot.
Uh,
I added two people. I would have done three, but one of them is impossible to add because, well, it's Eddie Guerrero. Enough said.
Ah, there's probably some parody account out there somewhere. It's close enough.
uh, but
Anyway,
yeah, like
so
Kenny, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, on the other hand, has not noticed me.
someday Ray Chan will notice you,
Yeah.
Ray Sama.
Yes.
I
Anyway,
don't know exactly how the suffixes in Japanese work.
Senpai is
Senpai is teacher, I know that.
no.
Like,
Senpai is like if I was a junior in college, the senior is my senpai. Sama
okay, so basically
is
just someone. Mm,
Sama is like adult sensei, or like sensei is teacher.
oh, okay. So yeah, basically senpai is just somebody higher ranking than you.
Yeah, yeah. Senpai is basically older classmate.
Ah, okay.
Hmm. That is one way
All
to
right.
look at it. It's like older classmate, like your
Mm-hmm.
elder, basically, who is still within your generation.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So this week, NXT.
Yes,
Good show, but a
decent.
fuckload of promos and interviews and holy shit. There were
Yeah,
two matches this week.
I want to point something out, and I've been stating this a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know what it could be? I highly doubt this is why, but it could be this. The reason WWE sucked so much this week is because they knew, one, 4th of July, they're not going to get the best show in the world.
That's always the case.
Yes. 4th of July show is always down. I don't know why they put
Yeah,
stuff like John Cena like returning and such and that kind of stuff on that show, because like maybe it's to try
because
and counteract.
it's Fourth of July and it's America and apple pie and baseball and the American flag and
I'm not sure about this, but I think there's more non-Americans watching WWE nowadays than Americans. I may be wrong about that though.
yeah, but
Their main
Vince
audience
cares about that.
is the main audience
Mhm.
is in America and a little bit kind of Canada. It's like Japan, for instance. They don't like they do things around their calendar, not the US calendar.
Right.
Hmm. One awesome thing that see, I'm kind of tainted this week because I watched the G1 specials, and fuck me, they were
Mm.
good.
I watched day one so far, and it was a damn good show. Like,
Day two is better. It's like it's so
Jesus.
it's so good. I want to talk about that, but we're here to talk about NXT.
Yes.
We may do a video on that once someone's watched the second day.
Yeah. But anyway, first match. was Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami versus Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf.
Yeah.
And Cassius is back in his magic throwback gear.
By the way, I love
Voice.
that jacket.
Like Ono has the best ring gear in WWE right now. This
Uh,
is not disputable.
him and
Don't do it.
Bobby. Bobby's robe game is on
Mm,
point.
it's pretty good. Pretty good. But for a basketball fan like me, you can't go wrong with
Oh
the
yeah, like
stuff that Ono's putting out. Like, okay, so Toon Critic is doing this thing with SmackDown versus Raw 2010,
yeah.
and he came to me and was like, "Hey Nick, what do you want your character to look like?" And I was like, "Have you seen Cassius Ohno? Make me like that."
See, he doesn't come to me for that kind of
And
stuff.
apparently he
Sits
and
it.
apparently he do what?
Oh, yeah, I'm just making a thing about. Oh, he doesn't come to me for my character. He doesn't even ask me.
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to make it a surprise. I don't know. But like, yeah, apparently he took that and was like, "Yeah, this whole Cassius thing is good, but let's also make him Steven Universe." I'm pretty much just jacked Steven Universe. I'm basically the logical progression of Tiger Millionaire.
Yes.
Okay, uh, so they come out and oh no, Ono's got his magic gear. And Tommy kind of reluctantly gives Ono a wrist bump, so it's like, ooh, it's coming. Slow burn.
Slow burn for
But yeah.
NXT.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is a pretty good match. Like a lot of it was like a lot of the early parts of the match were Ono and Itami just giving it to Alexander Wolf because like they're both known for being really strong strikers.
And Wolf is willing to like. Wolf is probably going to be out of all the Sanity members. He's going to be the Dolph Ziggler of the group.
Yeah, that they don't need to protect him so much, so they kind of like kind of just go off him.
Even on the main
But
roster, I see him like he might get a run with the main title.
I
Title,
doubt it.
like yeah, I doubt it too, but you never know. Who,
Yeah.
who knows? In 5 years, Vince McMahon might be dead, and we might be getting good wrestling again.
Oh shit, son.
We all know Vince changes
But
his mind on a dime, and it pisses me the fuck off because I can't plan for anything. Not even like short
yeah.
term
By,
plans.
by the way, apparently Atami means pain in Japanese.
Huh.
Why are we just now learning this? Like, how
Yes!
long has Hideo? How long has Hideo been on in NXT? Like 3 years now.
Like, that should have been like,
That should have been in his introductory press conference.
yeah, that should have been in his press conference. It should have been mentioned a lot in, like, his debut. When he returns, it should be mentioned. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think if they have, they've been very like nondescript about it. But like, yeah,
You know what they could even call him as a moniker? Like, do you know how Shinsuke Nakamura is the king of strong style? Hideo Itami's the
yes.
king of pain.
I thought Shinsuke was the artist. I thought that was
Fuck
his title.
WWE! Fuck it! They screw
He
shit up all
he
the
uses a
time.
paintbrush. Anyway, so near the end of the match, like the match is winding down, Itami starts getting the upper hand on Killian, and he's going for a tag, but Ono was on the ground, like dealing with Alexander Wolf, and he missed the tag and left Itami out to dry. And
Accidentally.
from then on, yeah, accidentally, but like it was pretty much like in like that was probably Alexander's plan all along to just kind of make sure that like Ono wasn't there for any tags if like he started
Yeah,
getting on a
like,
roll.
from Cassius's point of view, it's an accident.
Yeah, yeah. But from then on, for the rest of the match, Itami like he got back in control a little bit, but Ono like tried to get in there, and he just would not. Like he refused to tag for the rest of the match.
And honestly,
And
the reason, like, big spoilers here, the two that are gonna feud lost.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the only
But
reason they lost, and this is probably going to be a point in later episodes, is because of Hideo's ego.
mm-hmm. Yep. But so yeah, Itami, um, yeah. So Wolf knocks Ono off of the ring, off the apron, and then Itami goes for the GTS on Wolf, but gets blind tagged by Killian Dane. And Wolf eats the GTS with a smile on his face the whole way, like
Mm,
really good look. And then Dane hit a crossbody on Itami
which
and
looks
got the pin.
sweet.
His
Um,
pin or his finisher is a crossbody.
one of his finishes is.
He put away somebody who just was in his last takeover, fought the champ, and he lost to a crossbody.
Well, they did, like I'm fine
What?
with that because they literally said in a later interview that people like Killian Dane are going after the main title. Note that they mentioned
Yeah,
Killian Dane and not Eric Young.
that is true. But like, uh, still, like, Dane's finisher is a crossbody. Like, if we gave Jack Gallagher grief over his
I
drop
didn't.
kick being a finisher,
I like the drop kick.
I've given him grief about that.
Yes, you
And
have.
I feel perfectly justified in giving Dane grief over a freaking crossbody as a finisher. Like he's
DDT.
got the Ulster plantation.
Oh yeah, like
What, like
the
root
way.
like roots DDT?
No, I was more talking about Dean Ambrose DDT.
Well,
Both.
that's like
I'm not a fan of it. Like, see, when I finish my training, one of my setup moves for my finish is going to be a DDT. It's not going to be my finish.
yeah, but it's like a double arm DDT, so it's like you don't have like you can't brace the impact with your hands like you would with a normal DDT.
Hmm. Still, it's still a DDT. Like anything that isn't
Certain
like.
DDT certain DDTs are believable as finishers.
Mm,
Like say the glorious DDT.
mm, mm.
A crossbody should get a 2.
Well, see, the thing is,
Even if it's from somebody like Killian Dane.
no, from Killian Dane or the Big Show, uh, I think that would be enough to get a free count after a long match. And
Yeah.
this and
And this match went maybe like 12 minutes.
which is a long match for NXT.
It's a decent sized match, but still.
It's a decent to long match for NXT. A long match for NXT is 20 minutes to 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Considering we had like
Eh.
5 matches, didn't we have like 5 matches and like barely any of them went over 10 minutes?
What, on this show?
No, not on this show, in the last show.
Oh, like
Like we had a
I,
bunch that
I
were really short. Anyway,
yeah. So yeah, he got the pin, and yeah, that was that pretty much. So then we had an Ember Moon interview, and she was being interviewed by a lot of people because there was like a bunch of microphones in
camera.
her
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, and she was asked if she was ready to fight Asuka again, and she says that she's been doing all the prep work and stuff, and like she's training really hard for it. And Ruby Riot pops up,
Well, she
and
doesn't
she
pop
says that
up. She was in the ring behind them doing like kick pad practice, and
hmm
just gets out of the ring and cuts a promo and goes basically along the lines of, "Everyone's had their shot, bar me, back of the line.
Well, maybe Miss Riot should start winning. Did that ever occur to her?
That is a fair point.
Flawless logic.
That is a very fair point. But she's also the only one out of the triple threat to not have a one-on-one title match.
That's fair. That's fair. But she also got pinned by Nikki Cross, who then got pinned by Asuka. Or got beat by Asuka, not pinned. But you get my point.
Yeah, we all know she's not going to win the title, but she at least deserves a shot. Which will fill which will fill time until Brooklyn.
I think what we are probably getting is Moon versus Riot, #1 contender, sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe but at the halfway point between now and Brooklyn, we get that match.
We're already getting kind of close to Brooklyn,
it's in a month or so.
Yeah, it's in 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
so we don't have a whole lot of time for.
I'm saying in a week or two, next week, William Regal announces it. The week after, they have it.
Yeah, but even still, I think that from here on, besides the tag title match next week, I think we're going to start moving towards the stories that are heading towards Brooklyn. And even with the tag titles, I think the Heavy Machinery is getting a rematch at Brooklyn.
I think Heavy Machinery. Yeah, it's either Heavy Machinery or Sanity. There's no other tag team that makes logical sense for them to face. So it's either going to be Heavy Machinery lose and it's Sanity, or Heavy Machinery lose Shenanigans, or win Shenanigans, and then they get another shot at Brooklyn. Yeah, they can still win via Shenanigans.
It would be interesting. I wouldn't be the most shocked person in the world, but it'd be a bit surprising.
Oh yeah, I can easily see them winning via Authors of Pain get disqualified or something, but I doubt it.
Yeah, but they don't get the title.
Yeah, they win the match, but they don't get the title because of Shenanigans, and then get a no DQ match. Oh, now I want to. Oh, that's a match that will never happen. I want a Hell in a Cell match with those 4 guys.
Ooh, whoa.
That or a cage match.
That'd be neat. I think cage match is a little more likely than Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, especially in NXT.
Anyway, after that, we had a recap of the Asuka Cross match. Asuka apparently refused an interview last week, and she tweeted that she'll be back once they find a worthy opponent for her.
She is currently on holiday in Japan.
Pretty much.
She's been.
Odds are she's probably.
She's been posting pictures on her not on her Facebook page, on her Twitter of lovely beaches in Japan and Shinto shrines and such. And I don't remember their names, but they're called something gates. Those are the big red pole arches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what those are.
Yeah. She'll probably do a few more posts like that between now and when they announce the next match.
Yeah, I would be quite surprised if Asuka has another match between now and TakeOver.
I think she won't show her face until a week or two before TakeOver.
Yeah. Just so they don't overexpose her.
Yeah. So I want to bring something up. I'm not sure if it was you who told me this or someone else, but there may be a reason why a certain wrestler that we both like hasn't been appearing on NXT TV recently. That person is Aleister Black.
I don't think I told you anything about this, so go ahead and tell me.
Aleister Black may be debuting on 205 Live to face Eric to face Austin Aries, not Austin Aries, to face Adrian Neville, take the belt and hold that son of a bitch and carry that show.
That would be a good way to do it. Like
Like
that would be treating Aleister Black like the absolute badass motherfucker that he is, but
then he's stuck on 205 Live, but he could also be the
yeah.
one. He is one of the few people who could literally carry that show and bring it to prevalence and also give it legitimacy. He wins that belt and says, "I'm going to defend this belt, but I am not going to keep myself to just showing up on this show. I want everything," and have him be also like trying to get shots at like the Raw titles as well.
Okay, that will work. Like make him the champion, but also like a viable contender for everything else.
Yeah,
That works. I
that
can live with that.
that if they do that, I'm perfectly fine with it. But if they just put him on 205 Live to hold that belt and kind of like carry that show, I'm less okay with it. But I can understand why they do that because he can carry a show.
Right. Right. So, next up, we had a Drew McIntyre interview, and he was asked about the upcoming match between Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong. And he says the match is going to be great, and he was right.
Yes, he was.
But the next title match is his.
Mm-hmm.
And he lists off all the great NXT champions in history: Rollins, Zayn, Joe, Owens, Balor, Nakamura, and he, how those guys are basically the future of the company, and that's why he's in NXT, because he wants to be a part of that lineage.
Mm-hmm.
And the interviewer says that Killian Dane has expressed interest in winning the NXT title,
Yes.
to which I have to say, when?
In a private interview.
That we didn't see.
Yes, I know.
Like all that we've seen Killian talk about is like wanting to like cause chaos and wreck shit. He has not mentioned one iota about winning the NXT title, to my knowledge.
She,
Maybe I
she,
missed something. I don't know.
she might be assuming.
Yeah, well, she did say that Killian is also undefeated. So I guess that means like, hey, you want an NXT title shot, but then again, so is Alistair.
Mm.
So why didn't she bring up Alistair?
I,
God
I,
damn,
I,
that would be a
I,
great
I
match.
point to my previous statement of the whole he's going to 205 Live.
Still,
That would, like,
he's on NXT now.
no, like, that they've taken him off NXT because he's going to debut soon on 205 Live, and they want to keep, like, they don't want him overexposed. Similar to what they're doing with Asuka.
Overexpose us to him. Like, give us a Alistair Black match every single week.
Oh, if he's
That could
champion, he's
not
going to.
possibly fail.
If he's going to be champion, he's going to be competing a fair often, which is a good thing. Gives me a reason to watch
Mm-hmm.
fucking Raw. I know Lamar Ball
Watch
didn't.
205. Yeah. All right.
Stupid.
So yeah, very good promo. Uh, Drew says all the roads lead to him winning the title,
Hmm.
which is yeah, that's probably pretty likely.
Yeah, I
So
have a
next
feeling.
up,
I have a feeling that the two main championships, not the tag belts, basically, both of the people who are holding them now are going to Maine.
pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah, like
So next up,
after Brooklyn, both of them are going there.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Next
I think
we
we
had
pretty much go straight onto the main event because we have inconsequential.
no. There's still way more shit to go. Jesus Christ, there was a whole lot of this stuff. We had a thing hyping the return of Johnny Gargano next week.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's good.
We had an interview with the Aussie chicks.
Uh,
They were talking about Peyton was talking about how it was recently Billy Kay's birthday and nobody showed up. Billy just wants cake.
Don't we all?
He just wants cake. Give me cake. And behind them was Andrade Almas and Tia Trinidad. And they were arguing. And they were like getting really into it. Andrade was just like, leave me alone. God damn it. And then they left it off. So I'm thinking that Tia Trinidad is basically trying to push him so that he stops losing every goddamn match.
And he just wants to be him.
Yeah, he just wants to be tranquilo. He wants to Naito it up.
Yeah, he wants to be Naito, but he just can't because he sucks.
Don't we all want to be Naito? Also rude. But yeah,
Sucks
don't we all
compared to
want to be
Naito.
Naito?
There's very few
Did-
people who are better than Naito.
Naito is literally my favorite person in Japan right now. He is so cool.
Yeah, that like New Japan is tearing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Fucking love Naito. I really thought he was gonna win that US title, but like he got bodied in the first round by Ishii.
well, see, the thing is, he was never going to make it to the finals because
Yeah,
his thing at the moment is I want the heavyweight championship.
yeah, but his thing is also kind of like there's too many belts in New Japan. God damn it, I hate all these stupid belts. Look what I'm gonna do with the Intercontinental title. I'm gonna treat it like garbage.
Yeah, which they
So it
can't
would have
do
been
with
really cool.
their. They can't do that with their brand new belt that has no lineage.
Yeah, but
They
imagine
need to
if they
build that
did.
lineage. Then it would be
Like
it would
if
be dead on arrival, like the Never belt. Looks over at
well,
the Never belt and waves at it.
but yeah, even still, like Ishii, like Ishii keeps doing this. He like pops up and like surprise, I beat like really surprisingly good people and made it deep in tournaments.
Yeah, he,
Hi
like
Ishii, how you doing?
Ishii. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, keep talking about other stuff. Back to the thing. Back to the thing.
Uh,
So next,
next thing was like I think it was just the hype package for the main event.
no, no, because there was one more thing.
What was that?
There was a recap for this match that we didn't see.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
the we mentioned this last week about Belair getting into the
yeah,
tournament and such.
yeah. It was Bianca Belair versus Aaliyah for a spot in the Mae Young Classic. And they showed like one or two like brief highlights of the match. Like they showed the spot where Bianca whipped her with her hair. That was cool. But the fact
That has to be one of her spots. That is literally one of
yeah,
her spots. Everyone loves it.
yeah, it's a really cool move. But the fact that they didn't show that match, and uh, as a side note, probably the reason why we got so much filler here is probably because this match, I would not be shocked if this match sucked ass.
Well, Aaliyah
Like,
does
if,
kind of like both of them are very green.
yes, they're both very green, and I wouldn't be shocked if like that was the reason why they didn't show this match because like
Mm.
if Bianca won and it was a dud match and like
Everyone would shit on them. Yeah.
yeah, like Bianca would like show up at the Mae Young Classic and be like, "Oh fuck, this guy."
So yeah,
It's
like
like, ugh.
that is part of the reason why I'm like I've got her on my. She's going to look okay, but she's not going to get past round one.
Yeah, yeah, she's gonna get Mendoza'd.
Yeah, she's going to get that. Okay, she's going to be good in about a year or two, but for now she's going to get bodied by someone.
Remember what happened to Mendoza in the first round?
Yep.
He faced Kendrick and then Kendrick made him bleed from the mouth.
Yep.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Was that Mendoza?
I don't
I
think
know
it was.
Kendrick made somebody like he kicked the ropes while it was in the dude's mouth, and I'm pretty sure that was Mendoza.
Don't think it was because Mendoza isn't Mendoza the tag guy, the big from Heavy Machinery.
No, that's Dozovic. Why would he be? Why would a heavy machinery guy be in the cruiserweight classic?
It's the names and such got confused and such. I'm
No, no,
gonna
no,
check
no,
the
no.
I'm gonna check the Cruiserweight Classic. You you
Okay,
you,
that's
you pander to the crowd while I check this.
okay. So, but yeah, like I remember Kendrick putting the rope in the dude's mouth that he kicked it, and then he just flew back and was just like, "Oh God, everything is awful," and he was just bleeding from the mouth, and it was fucking sick.
Okay.
At that point, it was just like, man, Kendrick might win this thing because he is going off. Find it?
Central Wyoming no, that's not what I want.
No, different
Central.
Raul Mendoza, I'm guessing.
No. I was looking for CWC, and the first thing that came up was Central Wyoming College.
Well,
Very odd.
frick.
Yeah. Let's see.
Surprised that would be the first thing that you would see. I think you might actually have to spell it out.
No, I found it.
Okay, good.
So you're saying it would like you remember? Yeah, Raul Mendoza 7 point.
Raul
Yeah, 7 minutes 35 seconds.
lost to Kendrick.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Very
Kendrick
good.
went on to beat Tony
High fives all
Nese
around.
and then got bodied by Ibushi.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then we finally got to the thing. We got the quick recap of
Huh.
the Strong Rude feud. Huh?
Fun fact. Both half the half the semi-finals for the Cruiserweight Classic are in this one's G1.
Ibushi
Saber.
and Saber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Also, did you hear that they signed the Eichner?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they signed Fabian Eichner. Like he was one of my favorite guys from the tournament.
Cool.
Yeah, he had that match with Gallagher, and it was fucking tight.
Anyway, I believe after the like mini preview, that mini, hey, this happened, that and such, we go into that promo package for the
Mm-hmm.
for the main event. I have gotten to the point where I'm sick of this because I've seen it like it's like you're reminding us of
I
what's happened for the past 2 weeks. We already can remember that.
yep.
If
I
it's
skipped through this.
if
This is why I'm
it's
thinking that match was like the Aaliyah Blair Belair match was planned to be on the show in its entirety, or at least most of it, with a little bit of editing. But
mm,
then they were just like, "This is garbage. We can't really do anything with this."
yeah, so we'll just show
Because
this one
I
spot
remember the
and the
last time.
finish.
Yeah, I remember last time Aaliyah was in a match on NXT,
Wasn't that
like
good?
she botched the finish of that one match. At least I
Yeah.
think she did.
I think she
But
has been like kind of after that she was kind of like knocked back down to development, like proper developmental,
hmm
because there's like there's performance center developmental, um then there's NXT.
NXT be developmental.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have the match.
It was so
Roderick
good.
Strong versus Bobby Roode. Goddamn, this was good.
Like
So both men got interviewed right before the match started. And like Rod just said that victory is the only thing on his mind, walked out. Rude was like, Strong has been living in a fairy tale and he's facing his reality. And that reality is simply
and
walks
then
away.
3, 2,
Glorious!
1.
Oh, sorry. Glorious! I will give it. I will give it. That was awesome.
Um,
It was amazing. It was fantastic. I can't think of any other words to describe that. So, moving on.
Glorious, spectacular,
Shut up!
wonderful.
Yeah, Matt's breaking its like at Battleground. Like
Yeah,
it's or
I
Great Balls.
yeah. Unfortunately, me as a time of recording this, me and Voice haven't recorded that because yesterday he's yeah, it was like he was really tired basically, and we just never got round to it, and like
Are you
we
gonna be able
was
to get it up before?
I
Are you
don't
gonna be able
know.
to get it up before the pay per view?
I don't know.
Missed the you missed the last pay per view.
I know, and it's annoying. Last time I was horribly sick. This time I'm just we need a third man.
All right,
I
so
keep suggesting you, by the way.
well, thank you.
Well, you're fun to
So,
do this stuff with.
thank you.
Yes, continue
So
on.
the match got started, and after like the match started, and there was a bunch of backbreakers, like just one after another, and the commentary team was very like sure to make clear that the reason they're doing this is because like he's setting up like he's trying to make sure that Bobby can't hit that glorious DDT because he used the back a lot.
Yeah,
And
back for lifting.
at the same time, yep. And at the same time, um, Rude was making sure that he was targeting the leg very early on because he wanted to make sure that he couldn't hit those backbreakers because you can't hurt somebody with your knee if you got a bad knee.
You're going to do more
Point.
damage to yourself than to your opponent.
Exactly. So they're on the outside, and Roddy is like he's got Rude by the hair, and he climbs up the ring steps, and Rude like trips him, and his leg falls in between the steps in the ring, and Bobby kicks the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, it was basically just attack the knee, attack the knee, attack the knee, attack the knee, attack the leg, attack the hip, attack the knee, attack the knee, attack the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Like just never ending. Like
Bobby
I think
Roode
Nigel said,
is really like what they're doing with him is he's really smart. He might not be the best wrestler, but he's
"Mhm,
really, really smart and he's really good at where he's positioned in the ring,
yeah, and
which we will
the
get
other
to
thing about
later.
him, yes, like Rude gets great matches out of people
Oh, yeah.
because his match with Tommy was fucking sick. Like his two matches with Shinsuke were both fucking awesome.
He
You know
hasn't
what he
really
is?
had a bad match yet.
Right. Like you know what he is? He is NXT's Okada.
Yeah.
Because Okada had a 4.5 star match against Cody. And
Oh, those are
Cody did about all.
the ratings are up.
Yeah, yeah. And
One
Okada and
second.
Cody got 4.5.
Checking the
There
ratings.
wasn't a 5 star match, just to let you know.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting one.
Yeah, I think the highest one was Omega and Ishii. I think that got 4 3/4.
4.5, 4 3/4. Yep. Okay, day two. Keep going.
Yep. All right. But yeah, so like he kept attacking that leg over and over again. Um, but like Rude would occasionally like get a move off here and there. And what I liked about this match, like sometimes people will like take damage to a body part and then stop selling their move just long enough to hit their own move and then go back to being like, that hurt a whole bunch.
Yeah.
But this time, like pretty consistently throughout the match, like Strong was selling that his leg was fucked and he adapted to it. Like he eventually hit a backbreaker, but he was on the top rope and he basically dropped him on top of the top rope. So like he was still doing his backbreakers, but without damaging his leg. Very smart. Like that's all I ask. Like you can still do some of your big moves that involve that injured body part because you can chalk it up to just adrenaline and
Yeah,
such. But
adrenaline, sheer force of will.
yeah, just sell it sometimes. Like sell it like when you've got him up on your shoulders and have your leg give out at one point. That's fine. That's all I need. That's all I'm asking for you.
Yeah, the occasional sell when you're trying to do your moves is all you need to do. But when it's the finish and your move does kind of involve that injured body part,
Mm,
like you kind of have to still hit it.
yeah, and then like sell maybe a little bit, but then quickly get into the cover, which
Yeah,
is what happened. Rude. First off, Rude hit the glorious DDT, but he was hurt from all the backbreakers and kind of did a slow cover and only got 2 out of it. And Rude started taunting Strong's family, but Strong caught fire, hit him with a bunch of knees with his good knee, I think, and then he hit the end of Heartache. And he almost got out of the ring, but Strong was able to catch him before he did. Ref counted 1, ref counted 2, Bobby slipped his leg under the rope, and the ref counted 3. And the crowd went nuts. Like
which show
he
which does one thing. It does two things. One, it shows that he can beat him, and two, that the crowd want him to be champion.
right. The crowd is into Roderick and they want
Yeah.
him to win. And um after like he got out of the ring, hugged his fiance who was at ringside through the whole match and they kept showing her. So he
Mm.
goes to hug his wife and then the referee comes up to him and is like, "No! The match is still on." And everybody's just
I,
like, "Ah, fuck."
I want to point something out. When he's waving off the match, he nearly hits it's Roderick's wife. Like his hand is going so
What?
far out. I was just like, please, please, just hit her. Please hit her. So, like, that would have
She's
been
an MMA fighter, so that would not end well.
yeah, just like slap, boom, drops him. He
Boom.
he gets up and he goes, well, I gotta do something. Ring the bell.
Oh no, that would be the worst. But yeah, so he gets back and so the match is restarted and he like the ref's talking to the timekeeper and Rude knocks Strong off the top rope and all the way to the ground. He hits the rail right in front of his fiance and Rude slips out of the ring, hits a glorious DDT right in front of the family,
Being the evil
rolls him
heel
back
he
in.
is.
Yeah.
Lovely
Hey,
heel work.
you keep saying the crowd loves Bobby Roode. I did not hear one cheer for him
I
during the
know.
course of this match.
I know. And it's beautiful. He's so good.
Exactly. When he calls for it, when he's not like when he wants to be evil, the crowd will respond in kind.
Yes, the thing I'm worried about is main roster. Because
Yeah,
fuck the
that's fair.
main roster.
So yeah, he hits the glorious DDT on the outside, rolls him back in, and hits a third glorious DDT. That's your 3. And he was like Rude was staring down the wifey the whole time.
There's one issue I
And,
have,
mm-hmm.
and it goes along with your selling thing.
Yes.
Roddy wasn't doing too much selling after the match. Like
Uh,
if you watch after the free count and such, just watch Roddy, you'll notice him start like doing stuff to his knee pads and such. He doesn't sit
mm,
up, but he's like laying on his back doing stuff that isn't either cradling his head
mhm.
or like after 3, he should be laying down. He should be just like not moving. Period. Like maybe moving a bit, like clutching his head, that kind of thing, but not to the amount where he rolls over onto his back and starts doing stuff.
Yeah, that's a little not great. But other than that,
Yeah,
like there's
and
very
that's
little
a
that you can
small
fault
thing.
up from this match. Yeah, it's fine. Like it's not the worst thing in the world, but like
It would
yeah,
be if this was like main event of WrestleMania situation or main event of a takeover.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Rude walks up the ramp and blows a kiss to Strong's fiance before they fade to black.
Right, now
What
that song's in my
what
head.
a bastard.
Right, now you've
Oh,
got
wait.
Aleister Black's theme song stuck in my head. I may go for a run now. I would like to
I don't
point
know what
out
he's
the
saying.
I would like to point out the one thing I dislike about New Japan is there's nowhere to get them theme songs.
Oh, that's not good.
Like it's not on. I like there are very few of them that are on. Like the only one that I've been able to find that's on iTunes and no not yeah like iTunes and Spotify is Cody's. Now, don't get me wrong,
That's
Cody's is a great theme,
mhm.
but I want to have Okada's theme on my phone so that way when I walk into the room, I can hit that theme.
I want to Gucci Japan's theme.
Yeah, that theme's amazing. Anyway, we should wrap this up and we should totally start doing a New Japan show. Like, that one
Mm,
would be, like, at most fortnightly, maybe monthly. Whenever they do, like, a decent sized show. And we
it's gonna be
could
really hard.
we could do it daily, considering the G1 starts in 10
Why
days.
don't you do it daily? Why
Fuck
don't
that!
you
I
make
don't have
one
the
video every single day? Yeah, okay, then maybe about.
I don't have the editing skills. I'd do a live show, sure, which we could do. I'd literally just need the Haymakers channel thing to do live streams. I could,
Live streams wouldn't be a terrible idea.
yeah. Because then all we'd have to
But
do
we'll
is
see.
like watch the day's match, then do a quick, like we'd do this, but shorter
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 matches. Anyway, we will see you again next week, and
Mm-hmm.
so once the 17th rolls around and we have NXT shows, expect a lot of gushing from me because I'll be watching the G1 every day for a couple of weeks and it sucks, but it's so good.
I think that the audience has come to expect gushing about New Japan from you at this point.
I like Japanese wrestling. I like New Japan. I think it's better than WWE. As one half of the Raw team, you gonna take a guess what like superstars of the year is gonna look like? New Japan, New Japan, New Japan, New Japan, New Japan, New Japan. WWE.
Lucha Underground.
Maybe. I haven't watched any
You gotta.
new. I haven't. I'm being lazy and I just haven't got round to watching the new episodes. That and we.
Okay, here's what you need to know about. Here's what you need to know about the newest episodes. Jeremiah Crane is the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and he should be feared.
I like Angelio. Angelio?
Angelico?
Yeah,
Angelico.
yeah, that guy. The guy who did the
But
massive jump from season 1.
yeah, I got bad news for you. He's hurt.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Surprise!
Surprise! He does crazy shit off things.
Did you hear what happened to PJ Black?
Oh yeah, he was bungee jumping and broke his ankles.
Like he had part of his hand amputated.
Damn. Didn't know that.
Yeah, shit's bad.
Anyway, we will
Daryl
see.
is like down to 9 fingers.
We will see you later.
He's got a Jason Pierre Paul thing going.
Yeah. I'm stopping
Like
the
if you
video
got
now.
that reference.